ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alhaji Ahmed Alex Kumar. I'm from the Institute of Packaging Nigeria and African Packaging Organization. My first question goes actually to Ngozi from NAFDAC. When we say the beans that went to Europe did not actually pass through NAFDAC, are we saying that this was smuggled and did not go through the process, or that export goes through in Nigeria? And since this was a major issue, what action has been taken to punish the concerned people? The second question actually goes to Alhaji Dangote. You did mention like the devaluation of the Naira in the course of making your presentation. I've heard quite a number of entrepreneurs or business people advocate the same policy. Considering the position you hold in the industry today, have this presentation been made actually to government to look at the issue of like devaluing the Naira so that we can get more benefit like you have made in your speech? The final one actually is on policy. Because I'm in the Institute of Packaging both locally and globally, I'm asking a question. Don't you think there is need for the National Assembly to pass certain bills to protect some of these industries? Thank you.
Thank you. Indeed, it's a very interesting case, and I always start by answering that it's really a typical storm in a teacup. But it's also the tip of the iceberg, and maybe it's also an illustration of how SPS can have an impact on trade. Why is it a storm in a teacup? Because we are talking about a few hundred tons of product. There is absolutely no market for dried beans in Europe, certainly not Nigerian dried beans. Those dried beans go mostly to the UK for the Nigerian diaspora, right? So we are not protecting the market of dried beans in Europe. What we are doing is protecting the life of our residents in Europe, right? We are talking about a storm in a teacup because about 25 consignments were rejected, 25 containers. We are talking today of about 200 tons that are stuck somewhere in warehouses. So it's really, really little. Of course, it has an impact on 2 or 3 individuals, but it's really negligible compared with the potentials of trade flows between Nigeria and the EU. But it is the tip of the iceberg, because if we have seen that about 1/3 of the consignments going to Europe are contaminated by very dangerous pesticides, I would suspect that thousands of tons of dried beans are contaminated in Nigeria, poisoning Nigerians. So the real question is to ask your authorities why they don't protect the lives of your compatriots. So I'm very serious about that, because it has also an impact on your exportation to your neighboring countries, to Niger, to Benin, to Cameroon. It is an issue of health, consumer health. It's not an issue for trade. And it does illustrate the importance of SPS, sanitary phytosanitary regulation, that can kill a market, and that can kill also the image of a country. Because people, and journalists, they like to make nice stories about something, dried beans, a major issue, you were referring to a major issue, is a minor issue. It's very little seen from Europe, but it does tarnish the reputation of Nigeria. Because if Nigerian beans are contaminated, tomorrow Nigerian cashews could be, you see. And then I fully agree that cashews, it's a booming market. It's really a golden opportunity for development in Nigeria. Ivory Coast has multiplied by 5 the production of cashews. Why not Nigeria? But if Nigerian dried beans are contaminated, people may believe that the cashews will be as well. So please fix the problems in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to refer to the issue the lady raised about having the MRL standard. I believe the standard organization is not here. There are actually the organization that sets up standard, but I believe there are standards set. But when it comes to export, we look at more of what is required in the country of export. Because when you come to MRL for pesticide, what EU wants is different from the standard in the US. So for export, you have to base it on the standard required in the country of export. And then the issue of pesticide, like the last speaker has raised, is one area that NAFDAC is working on, because we are looking at food not just at the point where you buy it, but from farm to table. And that's why we are involved in the education of farmers on the use of pesticides, because that's where the issue lies.